Hi everyone, welcome to Veronika Hug. Today I'll show you how to do a net pattern scarf. So this is an interesting but not difficult pattern. We start here where the point is and then we do additions. And what I personally like about this particular pattern is that it's really stretchy and really nice to wear. So you will need Woolly Hugs charity wool. A total for the scarf is about 250 to 300 grams, so for the full-size scarf. It's called charity because 25 cents of each sold spool goes to a charity cause of my choice, and more infos are to be found on my website. So this is 75% wool and 50% polyamide, and it's 50 grams per 100 meters or 1.8 ounces and 110 yards. And I'll also mention that you can wash this at 40 degrees Celsius, which is always great to know. So yeah, apart from that, I will use my 3.5 millimeter needles. It can happen that you might need a bit bigger needles since I work this pretty loosely, but try it out and pick out what you like the best. Also, you can check out other videos on my channel to make sure you don't miss anything you might enjoy trying out. So anyway, let's start with 6 stitches. Turn, and then we start with the back row. I'll mark so that you don't have to rewind the whole video when you want to do a specific section. Edge stitch onto the needle and 4 knit stitches follow. Turn, and our second row is our front row. Again, the same thing, edge stitch plus 4 knit stitches. I will switch to needles with a line, but it would take up too much space on here, so I decided to start with the regular needles first. Third row again in the same way. Fourth row, we again do the same way and stitch also knitwise. This is going to be another back row. Turn, and in the 6th row we start the pattern. I'll show you how to do this with a crocheting needle because it's the simplest way to do it. Into the stitch, take it off the knitting needle, and take the thread through behind the stitch. That's one addition, and we'll do one more. 3 and 4. And put the stitch back onto the knitting needle. So now we can continue, again edge stitch and then knitwise but like when you do shorten, so behind the stitch and then knitwise. Four and the following 4 in a regular knit stitch, including the end stitch. Turn, and now here we again want to do additions so that the steps are symmetrical, and I'll show you with a knitting needle this time. It's up to you how you want to do it, but anyway, edge stitch onto the needle, thread stays in front of the needle. From above, take the thread and pull it through. That was 2, 3, 4, and then we can leave the edge stitch on the needle since we can start working the row there. So feel free to choose the method that you find easier. Try out both, see which one works better for you, pick your favorite one. All that matters is that you get a left side that is symmetrical to your right side. So now we again do the back knit stitches, so 4 times, and this time it's followed by 4 purl stitches. And 4 knit stitches and edge stitch also knitwise. This is a front row now, so let's start. 4 knit stitches. So you see what this looks like, but it will make a bit more sense when we do a bit more. So let's do 1 knit stitch, 2 purl, and another knit stitch. Five are left here, and that's always going to be knitwise. Okay, back row, so let's again do 4 knit stitches. One purl, 2 knit, and 1 purl stitch. Now I have 5 left, and those again knitwise. So after 4 rows, we again do additions, and I'll show you one more time. Thread in the front and take the thread through. Like this, and pull through. 4 and put it back and continue 4 knitwise but from under. You can always see it because it's easier to do it this way than the regular way. So it's actually the position that makes it easier and obvious what you need to do. Then 4 knit stitches. And the yarn over the needle, take the stitch and do a knit stitch and pull the first stitch over it. And after that we do 2 stitches together knitwise. Yarn over the needle, and these 5 I again do knitwise. Okay, here we again need 4 additions, so I'll do this again with the knitting needle. Thread in the front, around it, and through. Four is what we need. The edge stitch stays here and we do 4 knit stitches, again like the shortened ones. And we do 4 purl stitches. The yarn over we do knitwise and the following 2 stitches purlwise, and the yarn over again knitwise, and the following 4 stitches we do purlwise. As always, last 5 stitches are knitwise. Edge stitch and 4 knit stitches. Now here take care, 1 stitch purlwise. And here we go behind the first stitch and we do the following knitwise, and then we do the first knitwise. And we get a crossed design this way. 2 purl stitches and again the crossed stitches. I'll do it slowly so that you can follow. Through and then finish the first one knitwise. After that, again 2 purl stitches and another crossing then. so always behind. Through and knitwise. 1 purl stitch and the last 5 knitwise. Now another back row. Cast off the edge stitch and 4 knit stitches follow. One knit stitch, 2 purl, 2 knit. So you do them as they come. The cross we do purlwise and the ones in between knitwise. 2 purl stitches and 1 knit stitch, and the last 5 as always knitwise. Now 4 rows later we do additions again, but you already know how. So I'll do it with the needle because I find it super practical that we can just continue the row right after we do the additions. So we again need 4 additions. Okay, now again 4 weird knit stitches, so the ones from under. So now here, after 4 additions, we do the following 4 stitches knitwise. So the additions we do knitwise, the edge stitch as always, and the following 4 also knitwise. Okay, now I'll do 2 stitches together, yarn over 2 times, and do the stitch pulled over. Then 2 together again, and again the same. So 2 yarns over the needle and the pulled over stitch. And one more time. Now here 5 stitches knitwise. Turn, and now comes row 15.